Hey there, I'm Fernando Ribeiro from Moonspell and you're watching Search and Destroy. Rock on. I can tell we're taking our time because last time we've been in Mexico, we thought we wouldn't play live so much, but we got together also to do this acoustic project, Sombra, that was great artistically and also a big success in Portugal. But we continue, like always, making demos because we want to make a lot of songs. Night Eternal was an album that we did with a short period of time, and we want, in a way, to tap into that spontaneous energy, but to take more time to write the songs. I think Moonspell has always been a dual band. We have a very separate nature, a very atmospheric band, but also, especially with the last albums, we also like a metal band with riffing and heavy parts. So basically, what we are, the concept of working for the new album, it's to divide Moonspell in two, like to have this beast, to have this more how do you say it in English, pamphletary record, a little bit more, aggressive even in the words, more simple as well, but to have also the other part of the record where we can experiment with the atmospheres and with the softer songs. So I think the motto for this album will be each song a stronghold, something powerful, but each other song also a jewel, something finally crafted. And so far we have done like 12 songs, and I think the ideas are going really great, and I think it will be, from the last couple of albums, the most surprising album of Moonspell. Right now we just ending up a very 2.5, 3 years intense touring. There was some opportunities that we couldn't miss out, like playing in the Metal Cruise in the 70,000, all these shows. But basically, we're now doing like a short 2-3 months period without any shows, so we can really write every day for the album. So I think the album will be out after the fall, not before the summer. We are booked to quite a lot of festivals this year, which is great because we don't have a new album, but people still want to book us, which is lovely. And but I don't know. Also, I would like to release it in the fall. It's a good atmosphere to release an album, I think. We have a lot of the lyrical content already done, and it goes down also in the direction of the album. There's a lot of lyrics. It's a very melancholic album. There was a lot of deaths in in the past year, personal friends, Peter Steele, Ronnie James Dio, and all that. It's obviously it's a horrible thing, but it's nonetheless a great atmosphere to write songs, because you start to be very thoughtful and you start to be wondering about the meaning of almost everything, and that conducts you into a more poetic way of dealing with it. So basically there will be the fast songs will have these lyrics that are very even revolutionary, a little bit incendiary for what Moonspell uses to be, because we are more of we like more the metaphor, but one of the halves of the album is very explicit, even because we are tired with many things that happen in the world, that happen in the music scene, and it's time we speak out, because we are a band with experience. We might not be the best band in the world or everybody loves us, but we are a band with a lot of experience, and we are surviving very strongly from the bands from the 90s, where there was this avant-garde feeling, and there was always this, trying to make things exciting for the audience, trying to make things defying for the audience. It's going to be a very meaningful album, because I think that in a metal scene, in my opinion, where bands try to tailor-made what their fans like, I think it's time for a band like us to be and to cultivate the independent spirit and to, embrace much more of an album, an adventure, to tease the fans, to make them think, and not to, I don't know, and not to try to create them something a little bit more special than the guys, that listen to one band and listen to the bandwagon that follows the original. I think, if I might say so, there's bands that I cherish very much, like Opeth, Catatonia, My Dying Bride, Anathema, because these are independent bands. They have a musical vision in a way, and it's much more than entertainment, and that's what I relate to, because I grew up with these people, toured with them in the 90s. Some bands are not so active, but Moonspell is still a very active band. So for us, I think we are kind of a band in a mission to for simple things, for good music, good lyrics, good production, and good concept, but everything very tight with the band, and not to create a story or to come from a certain country. That's for me all peripheric. I like the essential things, and this album will be about the essential things. That's why it's going to be a simple album as well. From the sky, from the sky. We don't really know. I mean, we work with Valdemar, we work with Tumats, and we're working with a new guy now called Benny. There's a lot of people, that can help us to craft the Moonspell sound, but in a way we are more focused at this stage of things to work within ourselves, and to keep it very intimate, probably to take one of our live crew, to make it sounding better. Things have changed a lot. You don't really need, it's cool, it's inspirational, but you don't need to go for 1.5 months or 2 months to a studio like we used to and close ourselves, and breathe that. No, we have 2 studios in Portugal. One belongs to Moonspell, the other one it's Pedro's project as well, so we can easily record there. And I see this album recorded where things are good. We might record the drums with Tumats, and we might have Valdemar also in the picture, for arrangements. We might work with this new guy, but in the end I think we will produce the album ourselves, because that's what we are doing already right now. From the skies, from the skies. We are working in the song called Extinct, like Extinto, and obviously will be dedicated to the musical idols, my idols that have vanished, but also with them vanished a certain way of being into music and being into the songs and being into the metal scene in general, and I think a lot of people could learn from them. It's like this. Sometimes we've been many years without coming to Mexico. In the Memorial album, which I knew it was very recognized here and people loved it here in Mexico. We didn't come here, but with Night Eternal and with the show that we have now, that is not only. I think Moonspell is a band that never saw the promotion of a new album as a live show. It's great to play songs because you want to play it, people want to hear it, but we always made a set list that is kind of more of a visual biography of the band, kind of more of a document of our career. And for Mexico, I mean, we played here so many times, people have seen us so many times, we always did different shows, so we had to come up with something different. So we said, why not, yeah, why not Wolfart and a little bit of Irreligious, because we were playing these songs in the set here and there, scattered around, so why not pile them altogether. It's a concept we're working, because I think a band nowadays cannot be one-minded, you know. And I think that you, even for your survival as a musician, you have to know how to do many things, and you have to know how to, in a way, optimize the features, the good features in your band. That's why we did the acoustic. That is a beautiful musical project, and it was beautifully received by all the Moonspell fans. People were like, "Oh, these guys are going nuts again, and they're doing something that it's not cool." But quite the contrary, they have to trust us in a way, and then to appreciate the final result and do their judgment. But also you have to be able to play your albums, to play Wolfart in its entirety, to play Religious, to play the acoustic set, to play a more mixed festival set. And I think that's something great. That's not compromising, you know. That's great for the fans, and that's great for us, because people always, you know, put the money factor ahead, but they forget that we like our music. Otherwise we wouldn't be here, you know, at really late and with a 4 a.m. call from the hotel to go to play in a boat, you know. It's about the love of music, and I see less and less people talking about that in the interviews, and that worries me, you know. That's not what you achieve, it's what you put into your energy, your karma, whatever, into the music. So I think Moonspell is more on this way, and I hope our audience will follow along, of course. They released a collection of stamps of Portuguese rock, and we were quite surprised and honored that they picked up Wolfart, the Wolfart white edition, as one of, you know, the good examples of Portuguese music. But I think Moonspell is international band, so we are everywhere. So they made the international stamp. It costs €1, and they made it with us, and they recognize our history, because when I was into the underground as a tape trader, the post office, the way you deal with it, the way you were smart about it, was as important as playing guitar or drums, you know, because you have to send your demos everywhere in the world. So I knew a lot about the post office. I romanticize a lot about the post office. I think it's a great job to work there, to handle all this communication between human beings, and good news, bad news, love letters, hate letters, bills. I think the post office is a world, and obviously to have a stamp, a metal band in Portugal, was something completely outrageous in a good way, you know. And now it's out, it's a collector's item, so we have our own stamp, we can stamp our own letters. I wish I had that stamp when I was tape trading, because I spent a lot of money, and now we have our own. Yeah. We never did it on the 5th or on the 10th, so we might probably forget about it. But 20 years, it's something, you know. I'm a nostalgic guy, but I don't live in the past at all. But I have an excellent memory about everything that happened to Moonspell. Yeah, maybe you're giving us a good idea to do something big in Portugal, or to do like a jubileum tour or whatever. I don't know, if we have a new album, and if we are, you know, touring on that new album, that will be the best way of celebrating the 20th anniversary, because after all, it's an important number, but it's just a number. For me, it's much more important to wake up in the morning, to go to the studio with the guys, and to see that we still have a chemistry, that I still write lyrics that fit into the songs, that I still like their riffs. And normally 20 years, you might feel happy, but you might feel, man, it's been 20 years, I put up with 20 years of this already, and you start questioning. So I think we should do a show, whatever, just for the sake of it. But if we are an active band and touring, and here, for instance, I think that will be the best way of celebrating. We can make, you know, a giant gothic cake or whatever.
You're the best ever one. Above your heads. place is dark. In your heart is better the jewel.
Pay attention to the new Moonspell album. I think it's my words, obviously I might be wrong. I think it will be a great experience for people to discover, you know, all the things we'll get together, like the aggressive Moonspell, but the moody Moonspell, the atmospheric Moonspell, in a way that they never heard before. So I urge them to pay attention, you know, to all our sites, because we start posting stuff from the album, start involving them, because it's our biggest project. Obviously, it's now to make the new album, and we are so involved in it that we can really, you know, think of anything else. Obviously, we love to play the shows, we love to be around, but I think the new album is Cabron. He's a Portuguese guy, and the new album is everything that obsesses, you know, in a way.
Search and destroy.